So besides the like learning how to code part, what were some of the most valuable things that came out of the program for you?
Well, so in my 2 current jobs, I've been doing a lot of like collaborative work, mostly mob programming, pair programming.
Cool.
And Learn obviously being pair program focused. It's a different style of working. Like, I think a lot of people come into the coding profession and they think they're just gonna stick their headphones on and be in their own space and kind of just write, you know?
Yeah.
And day one at Learn, I just remember being so tired at the end because you're communicating something that you don't really know how to speak about yet. It's almost like you're in a foreign country trying to speak Spanish to somebody and you're learning Spanish and you're trying to get the other person to understand you while also get something to work, you know? And so that was definitely a muscle that I wasn't used to using. And it took a while for that to kind of develop, but paying huge dividends now that I'm out in industry and business and pairing a bunch and able to like coherently say, you know, we need a function that does this, this, and this, you know, and essentially like speak my code out loud. Other people can kind of like, they're like, oh, that's what you want to do. And you can see people who have never done it before, even if they're like super experienced, they like at the end of the day, they're like, oh, I'm so tired. Yeah.
And I love how you talked about the muscle part of it because it isn't something that I think a lot of people are used to doing in lots of different industries of how you are truly collaborating together.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that programming in general lends itself to that kind of environment that you need to know how to communicate your code and communicate with the other developers in order to be successful.
Yeah, if you're in a back-end role and you guys are communicating around, or you're communicating with the front-end developer on like API design and communication, you know, you have to say, hey, this is my layer, this is the data that you have access to, and the front-end guy knows what to consume, and like the better you can put all that out into words and make sure that, you know, other people understand it. You may be speaking, but it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody gets it. So that interpersonal side of pairing preps you for the body language and the, you know, that side of communication, the kind of emotional intelligence piece.